If this is your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And if this isn't your first time here, remember to tell a friend about me. Okay, so today we're going to be playing, for Throwback Thursday, we're going to play Ghosts and Goblins. I started recording this a little bit ago when it crapped out on me, so... Okay, so you're a knight and Satan just stole your girlfriend. Now you must take your lance and fight your way through a cemetery. Now I can remember when I first was introduced to this game, it was an arcade game in just one particular supermarket that I didn't go to all the time because it was kind of far from my house, but I can remember when I did find it, I think my cousin was actually playing it too, and I thought it was a lot of fun, but I don't think I ever got past. I don't remember ever got past the cemetery. I think I made it past the cemetery like one time. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Get him, get him. You know what? If he's gonna run away, let's run. No! Ah, he got me. Yeah, I think I got past like that like one time in the actual arcade game. But yeah, I remember it. It was. I remember this game was tough, and it is. You know, for what it is very tough. It's also very reminiscent of like Castlevania, and I want to say this game came out first. Don't quote me on that though, because I honestly don't remember and didn't look it up before I started. So yeah. Also, I'm kind of questioning. This guy had his girlfriend. They were out on a picnic. He was sitting out there outside of his armor. Yeah. And okay. Why'd he take her to a cemetery? That's my question. I believe one of these tombstones, I think you can hit and it'll give you like armor. Yeah, like if you lose your armor, it'll give you actually. Hey! You saw that, it glitched. It went halfway and then went back. That was not called for. This game is difficult enough without... Ooh, daggers. I think... Do I like the daggers better? I think I like the daggers better. Yes, they threw faster. Okay. So if I remember correctly... How many... I remember the lance, the dagger, and the torch. In the arcade version. And you don't want the torch. Its area of effect damage, it does no good against, like, you don't get that quick snap like with the bosses, etc. I think that was an extra life. Ah! No, don't pick that up. Get away from that. But also in the same vein of Castlevania, the original Castlevania, you basically are stuck with one weapon, so if you pick up another weapon, it can either help you or hinder you. Land! No, not on my head. Yeah. Now, they did eventually, I played this on the Commodore 64, which is an old personal computer. They did eventually get these over to the systems like regular Nintendo, I remember had it. There was a remake of these done with slightly updated graphics for the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis era. And depending on which one you got, you actually got a slightly different game. For the Super Nintendo, and I actually had the Sega Genesis at the time, so I got the Sega Genesis mode, which was cool. They replaced, they added some weapons. Instead of just the lance, the dagger, and the torch, we had, got him. Yes. Stay ducked. we had the we had holy water instead of the torch, which it sucked every bit as much as the torch, except it did go a little farther. Oh, no. No. Well, okay, kill me. I wanted to die anyway. I could play well with the torch. And I don't feel like putting my initials in there. I don't playthrough warranted initial. So, continue? Sure, let's continue, because... Oh, we made it to the forest, at least. That is actually cheating a little bit. I didn't want to continue. I forgot I had this crappy weapon. Yeah, so the original arcade, if I remember correctly, you actually could continue. As long as you put the quarters in, they didn't mind if you continued. That clearly hit my legs. You all saw that. I'm doing my best here with the crappiest weapon. And now I'm doing my best here with the best weapon of the game. Which means I'm going to die. Sometimes you get... Alright, where are you at, buddy? Stay right there, stay right there. Don't move, don't move. Don't shoot nothing. Hey, gotcha. A key. Yes, I'll take the key and the new suit armor. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So anyway, back to the Super Nintendo Sega Genesis era. Basically, they remade this game. And depending on what system you got it on, you've either got... It was called either Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts. And I believe the Genesis version was Ghouls and Ghosts. So I got to play that version. Instead of torches, you had holy water. You had the lance, you had the daggers, which actually didn't fire like this. They became a completely different weapon. Instead of firing straight ahead just like the lance. Go, hold on, hold on. Oh, yes! Yes, that's the most difficult jump in the entire game. Anyway, instead of throwing like this and really fast, they would throw up in an arc and twirl. So, yeah, it was more of like a... Oh god, I remember these guys. It was more like a... What do you want to call it? I don't want to say a Molotov cocktail, but it would arc like that. I have a little trouble climbing up. Come on, you hobgoblin, get away from there. Ah, come on, come back this way. Oh, watch that guy on the second floor. Or, in this case, third floor. No, 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 no. Oh, man, come on. And they had, like, really weird bosses, too. Like, you had, like... They would do a spin on some of the regular bosses, and then I remember one boss was like in a swamp, and there was a giant worm, and you had to hit these. Yeah, you stay on that side. I'm gonna run. You had to hit these like spots on it. There were 6 or 7 spots. Of course, you're gonna move. No. No. Yeah. And honestly, okay, so this worm thing, right? These, like, tumors that you had to hit. There was a, I'm gonna say big glitch to the game. Oh, hello. Lots of money. Because if you got a hold of the holy water, thanks. Yeah, you got me, okay? If you got a hold of the holy water, or, you know, the torch, but the holy water, you basically could not damage this boss. Because it would impact on his skin, and instead of throwing through it, like, let's say, I believe it, dang it, the daggers actually were the best one for him because they arced up and then fell down. You could throw those through his skin and hit the tumors, but the holy water would impact on his skin and just, I mean, it would do its area of effect. No! Trying to save the treasure. So it would do the area of effect on the top layer of the boss, but actually hit the targets that you needed it to hit. So that kind of sucked. And then I saw in like a Nintendo Power, I don't. So trying to make a decision to jump over that, I jumped straight up, and of course didn't get it. Hey. So the Super Nintendo version that I saw, sure. You got I think you got the lance, you got the dagger, I think you got the torch, and then those guys are just hungry for me today. And then their special weapon over there was a bow that shot that shot arrows, but it shot three at once, and it would be like straight ahead, straight up, and then at a 45-degree angle. So you had that to contend with. And they had different kind of levels too, because there was like a pirate ship or a haunted ship in that one as well. Whereas we didn't get to do that. Did we get to do that? I don't think that was in the Genesis. Whoa, don't get that. I'm almost 95% sure that wasn't in the Genesis version. Because I always looked at that and I thought, man, that would be cool to play. But, you know, it's the same game that I've been playing. Come on. Of course you can throw your stuff. The controls are bothering me today. I couldn't get them to run or move. Continue! No, I don't want to continue. Alright, but yeah, depending on the system you played it on, you get a completely different game experience. And of course, I never beat this game in the arcades. I did manage the Genesis though, but many hours of sinking into many continues. And using some of the better weapons like the throwing dagger that would arc up and just various different things. But anyway, this game is definitely classic. And it's definitely fun and a good game. And I highly recommend it if you haven't. But yeah, there we go. Thank you everybody for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever played this game either in the arcade or on one of the system versions. It is a pretty cool game. October, had Halloween kind of feel. But